Jetzt mit mir die Stargäste der FedCon 17. Wir beginnen mit Julie Caitlin Brown. Nicki Clyne. Lancie. Sorbo. LeVar Burton. Brent Marina. Marina Sirtis. Auberjonois. McDonnell. Boxleitner. Jurasik. Sheppard. Marc. Arnold. Welcome to Germany. Welcome to FedCon's press conference. Meine Damen und Herren, Sie haben jetzt viel Zeit, Fragen zu stellen. Ich möchte Sie bitte, dies reichlich zu tun. Bitte melden Sie sich mit Handzeichen bei mir und ich bringe Ihnen das Mikrofon.
Direkt vor dir.
Hi, hello, I'm Marc from RTL Television, and my first question goes to the Star Trek members. How do you feel being back in Germany again, back at FedCon?
We're very happy. We're very happy to be here, aren't we, Brent?
It's like a dream come true.
Sure.
No. Oh, guten Morgen.
And you've been in Germany.
Okay, I think you all should know it better because you are in direct contact with the movie industry. So, what not you knew about the newest facts about Star Trek 11?
What do you know about it?
Yes.
We're not in it.
Maybe you have the context to give us some mysteries and some secrets and don't set or anything else.
Well, as Marina said, we're not in it, and otherwise it should be great.
How can it be, Brent?
No, I'm sure it will be wonderful. I'm told nothing. No, they have not phoned us once to tell us the progress of the film. But I'm expecting a call any day. When I get it, you'll be the first to know.
Die nächste Frage bitte.
Just parenthetically, I'd like to say that the members of the Babylon 5 cast have been asked to be in the next Star Trek. They can get us a lot cheaper, I guess. So we don't have all that baggage. Star Trek.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a question to Star Trek members, of course. I sense a certain bitterness about you not being in the movie. How do you feel about it, honestly?
Bitter? Did I sound bitter?
Yes, a little bit.
Being pleased? No. Being bitter? No. This is going to be the first movie that isn't directly coming from a TV series. So in that respect, it's very interesting to see, what's going to happen with all new characters. I know some of the people in it. Zach Quinto is playing the young Spock. I think that's great casting because I think he's absolutely fabulous and that's really good. I know that Leonard's in it. And it's a prequel. It's when Kirk met Spock at I've got blue already. When Kirk met Spock at Starfleet, I think it's Starfleet Academy. So it's a prequel, and we all know how well prequels do. Prequels.
Yeah, that was my second question. I mean, like prequels concerning Enterprise wasn't that successful, I guess.
Let me just say this one thing about the film. We really don't know anything about it. But if it's successful, which I'm certain it will be, I think there will be sequels to that film, and because of that, I'd just like to say that I think J.J. Abrams is one of the finest talents ever to go across this country.
All joking aside, I wanted to say that Morgan actually is in the movie. So
Morgan is in it.
Morgan shot it. Tell us. Go ahead.
I worked 3 days without a script. That's JJ. Can you hear me? Yeah, right. I did 3 days on it, and it's interesting, and we're still under a veil of secrecy, so I can't tell you what I played.
But Morgan, even when there is a script, you tend to work without it.
Absolutely. Transformers as well, exactly. Michael Bay doesn't believe in actors having scripts. He doesn't trust us.
Eine kurze Unterbrechung, ein Stuhl ist noch leer. Begrüßen Sie bitte mit mir Mary McDonnell.
I'm very sorry about that. I mean, I said, how do I say I'm sorry? And then, of course, I get all the way to the chair and forget it. Oh, you want me to stand up?
No, I want to
Yes.
Oh,
I was in the hairdresser, sorry.
You're very kind. Hi, I'm Host Marty. Very nice to meet you. Is it true that you have to stop shooting the actual season of Battlestar Galactica to be here at the convention?
Well, no, they're still... Yes, they're closed down, shut down completely. It's costing us. But that's fine. No. It wasn't no trouble getting here. We're shooting 3 episodes at once at the moment, so it was a little iffy. But they moved mountains for us, so we're very happy.
Thank you for being here. Very great.
Thank you.
Die nächste Frage bitte. Bitte um Handzeichen. Hier weiter.
I have a question for Brent Spiner. You did appear in some of the episodes of Star Trek Enterprise. What was the difference between filming of Enterprise and Next Generation? How did the production change? Can you tell me something about this?
Well, the difference between Enterprise, well, we were so much earlier on our show on Next Generation. The biggest difference is that on Next Generation, our mothers made our costumes. By the time they got to Enterprise, they had a full staff making things. But otherwise, it was pretty much the same. Same crew, same producers, same long hours, same, good fun. Yeah, it's great.
Talk about your director.
Oh yes, LeVar Burton directed one of those episodes. He was fantastic. And Marina directed one of them.
Actually, I directed one.
Und die nächste Frage bitte. Sah doch vorhin jede Menge Handzeichen. Wo sind die jetzt? Ah, hier.
Question for Kevin Sorbo.
Is it working? Good morning.
At first, welcome. Okay, the question is, Dwayne Johnson played the role for Working Class. You played the role for the second and third movie. What was the feeling? I mean, did you have an impression or feeling that you have to stand in his shadow, or
No. They actually approached me to do the movie, and the one that Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, was doing, I was unavailable to do. I couldn't get on my schedule of Andromeda. And then Sony came to me and said, we have 2 more straight to DVD, would be interested, and I'm an actor, like to work. So we shot about a year and a half ago in Dallas, had a good time doing them. They did very well on DVD, they're going to do 2 more now. and it's gonna be fun. I had a good time doing it. They changed my name because I didn't look like a viewer. So they changed my name to Preston. So that passed it. Yeah, I don't look like a viewer. So do I really? Do I really look like a viewer? But no, it was fun. It was just fun doing it. I like playing that role, and I think the world needs more heroes like that. It's just a fun part of the play.
Question for Nicki. Sorry. Here. Question for Nicki. How is it? I mean, now it's sort of the third season, and you're continuing on the show. How's your part proceeding? How's it going on?
How is my role?
Yeah.
We're actually in the 4th season.
Yeah. All right.
You're in the 3rd season.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. So we've managed to escape the space-time continuum. As far as television goes, you're a little behind, but it's great. I'm working more with the baby. Obviously, there's some drama. If any of you have seen the end of the 3rd season, there's some secrets revealed. It's going to be tough talking about the show because I know some of you have only seen up to a certain point, but not a lot of laughter, not a lot of smiling as it goes on our show, but it's wonderful. I enjoy it very much.
Wer möchte die nächste Frage stellen?
It's a question again to Nicki.
Hi.
You just said it's not much laughter. Is it still that hard for you not to laugh while filming?
Oh, well, yeah, when I say there's not a lot of laughter, I mean as the character. In between scenes, that's pretty much all there is. It's fun working with Aaron, obviously. Have you met Aaron Douglas yet?
Yes.
Yes. Hard to forget, right? So, yeah, we have a lot of fun, and we're working with a small child who is very unpredictable. You know, they're not very professional as actors at that age. So it kind of keeps you on your toes, and it's a lot of fun.
My question is for Marc and Sheppard. Me and my mother, we are very big Sequest fans. My mother, she loved very much the World TV show, and you played the hologram. And I would like to ask, how was the filming? And did you play together, or did you meet the main characters, or it was separately?
No, everything I did was separately. I did it to a flat screen. And I never, it was like Max Headroom was the same. We never played with each other, if you know what I mean. The idea was there, but you know. Sorry, I'm Irish. No, we never really met. I never even knew what name I was. Sometimes I was Professor Mortensen, and sometimes I was Professor Martinson, and I've never really known. But no, it was always off-camera, to black screen, black screen in those days.
Well, wasn't it hard? I mean,
yeah, it was. It was to get to understand what reactions would eventually happen. You had to do the thinking for both of us. It was just too busy. It was just a busy show. And they would take me over to a corner, and I'd shoot my stuff there.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I have a question to every one of you. You probably know the phrase that if you tell me what you read, I know what you are and who you are. So I'd like to know who is your favorite author. All of you, please.
My apologies for being a little bit late. I'm in the midst of 57
novel series of science fiction books written by several different authors, the Laser books that came out in the 1970s. I've nearly completed it. I've only got one book to find, but I'm now rereading the entire series, so that's what I read, science fiction.
Favorite author? I don't know. I don't have one. What I'm reading now is actually Arthur C. Clarke. Probably his works. This is the first thing that I'm doing now.
Unequivocally, Cormac McCarthy. No Country for Old Men, and he won the Pulitzer for The Road, which is quite the most stunning apoplectic book I've ever read. It's an extraordinary writer.
My wife and I are raising our 12-year-old boy. I'm trying to understand the world that he lives in. I'm reading a book called Raising Cain by a psychologist. You can imagine what it's about. The world boys live in at 12.
I'm still living it.
Yeah, we know you are.
Yes. Well, because I'm reading I have been reading some of the pulp stories of the 1930s by the author Robert E. Howard. You might know me of Conan and numerous characters.
Call the Conqueror.
Call the Conqueror. We have Cole right here, ladies and gentlemen. Cole, King Cole of Illusion.
And he blew his brains out after writing that book.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He loved his mother too much. Anyway, there we go. Robert E. Howard.
Currently, Khalid Hosseini, The Kite Runner and A Thousand Splendid Suns, and any historical fiction by Philippa Gregory to relax by.
Are we talking about what we're currently reading, or no? Any favorite author? I'll go for Mervyn Peake, Titus Groan.
Jane Austen.
Wow!
I can top that. Goethe, of course.
My favorite author tends to be the author of the book that I'm reading at any given time.
Very good.
I don't read bad books.
I got a 6-year-old, 4-year-old, 2-year-old, so if you have any SpongeBob or Wiggles questions, I'm the guy to ask.
I'm on my 4th anthology of all the Henry Miller books.
I like Herman Hesse and Ayn Rand.
Well, let's see. I would say books that changed my life, Ernest Holmes and Emmett Fox, they're metaphysical books. And I tend to read that.
Thank you.
And the biography of LeVar Burton.
You know what? She heard that you were a director, and she was on it, man. She was on it.
You know, I was just so impressed that he actually volunteers as the staff of FedCon. I don't know if you all know this, but he was working, you know, delivering all the badges and what.
All of that.
Oh, not all of them?
Nicki, he was just trying to get in your room.
I'm new to this. You're special. I'm learning special. I don't know what that means, but I'm afraid. Okay, next.
Nächste Frage.
Thanks. I've got another question for the corn muffin goddess, that is Nicki Clyne. Very gorgeous today. And
Hi, how are you?
I'm glad to. Thanks, I'm fine. And I think this is going to be a very special weekend for you, and I wonder how you're going to get through this. And the second question, which may be related to that, is that you...
Hold on. The corn muffin goddess? Is this something in mythology that we skipped on Hercules? Because I'm totally unaware of what this is.
I think she has to explain it during one of her
No, I can't explain it. Only
I won't explain it. I'm sorry. You have to do that.
It's a non sequitur. It's something that spontaneously became, I don't know, came into existence on the internet, and I honestly have no idea why. but it's evolved, and now it's here in Germany, so what can I say? I know, it's never going away.
We spread the word, always. So my question was, you recently joined the ranks of internet entrepreneurs, and I wondered what that's all about.
Yes, well, with a couple friends of mine from Smallville, Kristen Cook and Allison Mack, we're starting an online community and network for college students that we want to bring the humanity back into social networking. So as opposed to, just having a list of friends on your website, throwing events and parties, and also have a membership club that students can get discounts and products and create their own businesses in the process. So that's a quick thing about it.
Die nächste Frage, hier war noch mehr Handzeichen.
A question to McDonnell. You know you're shooting the last episodes of BSG. Has the mood on set changed compared to earlier seasons? And how?
I'd say it was a lot more fun, partially because we're anticipating completing the commitment, but it's also very emotional because everyone realizes that each scene we shoot is it. So there's a lot of great chemistry and incredible new ideas, very inventive, very exciting. And so I think by the end of the season we'll all be quite devastated to let it go, particularly because it's so much, it's very sexy right now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Sure. But it is.
Thank you.
So I have a question to the Star Trek actors. We're showing here at FedCon the Star Trek New Voyages episodes. What do you think of these episodes, and would you consider taking a part in a future episode?
I'm not sure what that is.
It's fans have got together and they shoot episodes, they write episodes and shoot episodes.
Are they good?
Are they good?
They're very good, yes.
Are they better than our show was?
Well, the gentleman who wrote it is Marc Zicree. I actually was involved with this, and it's amazing. What they did is three fans who want to be, I should really say this, who want to be Bill Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, and they got together, they got the sets, they did this on $5,000 for their below-the-line budget, and they wanted to put George Takei in it, and they came to me and said, would you read it? And it was an episode that had been written by Michael Reeves and Marc Zicree, was an award-winning writers, and they put it together and they shot this thing and got half of it for free. It's going all around the world. It actually was nominated for major awards, and it was, I think it's the highest-rated internet TV show they've ever had. It's not going away. It's actually quite interesting. They're pretty good.
It was.
And they're not going to be in it.
Right.
And they'll never be in it.
Exactly.
Would you like to be in a Mary? Okay. Let me get Mark on the phone.
From the other end of the table.
Did you get paid to do it? Is there a
No, they did not get paid.
They don't get paid?
They don't get
SAG minimum.
Yeah, SAG minimum's there.
Oh wait, it's no money.
There's no money.
You know,
But very high quality production.
it depends on who you are.
Okay, now let me give you from the other end of this. Okay, they've been doing these for years. The first episode was absolutely atrocious, but the costumes are great, the sets are great, the post-production's amazing, and it's almost all volunteer.
No, we can't act like that.
Okay? Well, there's very, very, very little money. They're dancing at the edge of illegality. Paramount's attorneys are just waiting for them to step one toe over the line to sue the pants off them. Okay? Because they are downloading these, all over the world. They say 40 million, it's more like 7,000, but whatever. They've been trying to get licensed, but it's never going to happen because they'd have to pay so many people because it's based on Gene Roddenberry's creation. They've taken things from so many different areas of Star Trek that they have to start making payments left and right to the Directors Guild, Writers Guilds, etc. So they'll probably never become official. But of all of the fan films, and there are, I think they call them webisodes.
Yes.
They are considered the best, and they won the TV Guide Award for Best Webisode.
And they've been nominated for the Hugo and Nebula Awards as well, I understand.
Right, yeah.
Well, how come they're not paying the actors if they're making money?
They're not making money. They're not making any money. They can't make money.
Don't you have to, when you download it, don't you have to pay for it?
No, it's free.
Well,
Free
no,
download.
we don't act for free.
They do
It's
have
against our union rules.
They do act, it is not for free. SAG actors are paid, and George was paid, and it was negotiated with our union as a webisode. And the only thing is they do have an agreement with Paramount that so long as they don't sell it for money, the Paramount is actually supporting it at this time.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Paramount's not supporting it. Paramount's not supporting it.
Tacitly supporting.
Let's just say they're not suing them.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, that's something.
Look what you started.
Yeah.
Welcome to
I'm glad I did.
Sure.
Yeah.
Strike.
We're ready.
Hi, I have a question to Marc, being the master of ceremonies. If I'm right informed, the first convention here in Germany, the FedCon XVII, was 1993. So this year is the 15th Jubilee, 15 years of FedCon. So since you are here since the first FedCon, so maybe you have some mysteries for us, some secrets behind the backstage areas or anything else. So you have some nice stories, your highlights in 15 years of FedCon?
Beer. Actually, this is, of course, FedCon 17 has actually been 16 FedCons. I've been...
One is...
Yeah, FedCon 13 was unlucky number. That's why we're at FedCon 17, which makes it 16 FedCons. I've been to 13. I've hosted 13 FedCons. Always my highlights of FedCons are the fans and their faces when they see these actors who come to Europe. Of course, American conventions are a little different than the European conventions, and I consider fandom stronger in Europe than the US, more exciting, more thrilling, more electricity in the air. So, always my biggest highlights are the fans. Okay?
Do you remember maybe some funny situations in this last year that you have here?
One situation that's burned in my brain is John Billingsley running across the stage without any clothes on.
Question for Kevin Sorbo.
What?
Question for Kevin Sorbo.
Talking about the event glasses.
I'm stealing things.
Hi, I wanted just to ask, I read you got a movie with Michael Hurst and Lucy Lawless, and it's called A Bitch.
It's called Bitch Slap.
And Lucy Lawless is
It's already the title is going to be your cult favorite. It's Memento meets Pulp Fiction. So that's all I'm going to really say right now. We just finished shooting it, and it's very interesting. I play a guy named Mr. Phoenix, which is sort of the Charlie of Charlie's Angels, and ultimately the three girls who work for me kill me. They behead me and chop off my body. But it's a very small part. Michael Hurst is really the lead male in it, but the three females are the ones that sort of dominate the film. It's going to be good. Eric Runneman wrote it, produced it, directed it, did everything on it. He was our producer on Hercules. It was interesting. It was good to see Michael again. I haven't seen him in a long time. He's back in New Zealand now. Bitch slap. Remember that. I have two questions. One question is for you later. Did you ever have the wish? Sorry. Did you ever have the wish to play a guest role in the series Stargate? Did I ever have a wish to play a guest role in the series Stargate? Let me be serious for a moment. Who am I kidding? What was that exactly? Stargate. Oh, Richard Dean Anderson. Yes, I had a desire to do that. I still have a desire to do it. Is it still on the air? No. Oh, Stargate Atlantis. Yeah. Is anybody here from Stargate Atlantis that can put in a good word for me?
Mike will be here later.
All right, good. Well, both of our dreams will come true then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The second question for the second if you compare, you played Hercules and Andromeda. Which role attracts you more? I mean, they are totally different. One is in the...
When I play Andromeda, I play Captain Dylan Hunt on Andromeda. Andromeda is played by a very sexy lady that couldn't fit into that costume very well. I think Hercules would kick Dylan Hunt's ass for one thing, so I got to stick with Hercules. So that was just, I really enjoyed that role. I mean, I was 7 years in New Zealand. It was wonderful. The people I worked with all went on to work on Lord of the Rings. They all won Academy Awards. Good for them. I didn't win anything. It was a really, really good experience to be down there. I enjoyed New Zealand and the people I worked with. It was great. So, Herc is what started, so I got to give that one.
I have a question for Bruce Boxleitner. I've seen the last... Mr. Boxleitner?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry,
where are you? I'm sitting here, right here. Yes. I've seen the last Babylon 5 movie, and I thought it was not so good. I thought it was a little bit disappointing because of the small budget. So can we expect more Babylon 5 movies, and will there be a higher budget for the production?
Oh, you're laughing at me. Because I wasn't in your office.
How bad it will be.
Well, I don't know how to answer that. I'm sorry you didn't like it.
But you were great, Bruce.
Yeah, the acting was great.
Bitch slapped? Anyway, I don't know how to answer that. I still fit in the same wardrobe. That was kind of fun. It didn't have the budget, no. It was a small story. May not have been as big and exciting as the regular series, but that would be the future of it, of the franchise, is going to be in the DVD releases, small stories. Other than that, I got the money came in, I was paid, and I got to play a character that I still love, and that's up for you fans whether you liked it or not. We can't control that, but Joseph Michael Straczynski directed it. That was kind of fun working with the great maker himself as director, which I think he did a fairly good job. Other than that, it was a good time. Sorry I didn't get your money's worth, but hey, I got mine.
I like more philosophical questions, so I ask you again, this time all the actors. What is age to you? And please take this serious, especially to Mr. Spiner, who never speaks. I would like to know how you think. What is age to you? Because I think it's a big issue in Hollywood. Age.
Well, actually, it's not a big issue for the men. It's a big issue for the women in Hollywood.
I don't think so. I think the men are involved as well, but they're just hiding better.
No, I was talking yesterday about Walter's movie that I did Walter Koenig's movie. Richard Hatch, who is not young anymore. Let's just leave it like that, right?
He looks good.
He does look good, but I was considered too old to be his love interest.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. So they brought in the 25-year-old blonde to be the love interest. So no, it's not an issue for men. It's an issue for women. Now I'm off my soapbox.
I thought I should weigh in. I wonder why. I agree. It is a more difficult issue for women because we're still caught in the stereotype, and it's gotten worse in that we found all these techniques to defy age and defy death. So the continual refusal to admit that life decays is part of the Hollywood system. So it leaves women in the position of saying, well, how much money do I want to invest in Mark Trainer facelift tapes? Because there's a couple options. But really, the hardest part about it is that you want to be able to play the emotional age that you have earned as a woman and play the fullness of being a woman. And you are often asked to be marginalized in that situation and you don't get full expression. So that's what we're fighting for right now, I would say.
Thank you.
answer her question, right?
No, guys.
I agree with the women. No, they're actually right. I mean, there is some, Morgan, you were saying last night, you know, as you get older, their roles are less and less, but you deal with that issue in a much more viable and real way. You can look at the actual stats from SAG and you'll see that less and less roles are produced for women as they get older, and men too, but, you know, it's much more of an issue for men. It really is.
I have something else.
The other thing. The other thing that's made it interesting lately is this new Little Demon high definition video.
Oh.
Now, high definition video, all the guys on the show are saying, oh, isn't it great? Look at, you can see every pore, every piece of sweat, and I'm thinking every wrinkle. So there's a whole new industry of makeup artists quickly developing who are learning how to help with it, but it is a job. High definition video for a woman over 25 is like sending a horse to the glue factory. So that's what we're dealing with right now as well.
But Mary, I will say this. Mary, beautiful, right?
Wow,
now that my real age is on the internet, I will say this. I think Mary probably agrees with me, because Mary's a real actress too. And I will underline real actress. I don't think we're going to get work done, are we, Mary? Because who's going to play the old parts if everyone looks young? Me and Mary.
I think it's also really important to acknowledge that what you're talking about, your question had an implication contained within it, that we are talking about the world of filmed entertainment. Television and film reflect a youth-obsessed culture that is worldwide. In the theater, an actor is always going to be an actor. And if we're doing plays, then those characters that have been created by the masters over time will always require real actors to play them. So what we're talking about is television and film.
No, actually, only in America, because I've been in England quite a lot over the last few months, and the biggest TV stars in England are middle-aged women. Yeah. So this is an American thing. That's how I used to look when I was young. Very much just at the time. Yeah, it's a very American phenomenon, unfortunately, and you know, being as that's where we work.
Just being in Germany for 24 hours, I felt myself take a huge, deep sigh of relief. Because I'm running into beautiful, beautiful women who I understand are my peers, who look very, very lovely and stunning and natural. And I live in Los Angeles, so you can imagine, right? But I also agree with LeVar. I think it's different on the stage, but I do believe that that's being threatened as well. I've been reading some scripts lately for Broadway, and even though the playwright will write a certain age, the casting people are now asking for perhaps a younger woman in that role. So we're fighting it on all fronts, but we'll fight.
Mary, move to England.
I'm going to move to England. It's settled, and we're going to do films together.
And I highlight what LeVar said about it's market-driven too. It's what the audiences want, and so ultimately it's about what are people writing, huh? And who do they write it for? And Morgan wanted to say something.
Well, I've been 50 years in the business, and the paradox that one sees often is most of the most powerful stars are women. So many women, and they're all over 35. Think about it. Michelle Pfeiffer, people like her. They are stars, they still have star power. But it's probably, like everything else, quality is in the minority. It always has been, and it always will be. But it's better in Europe in that sense, I would think, for actors in that sense. I really would.
Good question. Yeah.
I wanted to ask Rene, you've been doing work on Boston Legal right here in front of you. Smile, guy. We just talked about the age question, and in Boston Legal, the main stars are all, you know, And the second thing is that we have to face the reality of the baby boom I belong to a generation that never worked, and because of the baby boomers, I had like 20 people over me, and now the baby boomers are becoming, I think, the most proliferate group in terms of money, in terms of cash, in terms of what we want to see in movies, and this, that, and the other. Marina was very right and correct in saying in Europe, the baby boomers, basically, if you watch television in Germany, the baby boomers are what you see on TV. I mean, you don't really see a lot of young people.
Where are you from?
Me?
Yes.
Indiana.
Indiana, Germany?
Also ich wohne hier in Deutschland seit über 20 Jahren und ja, Deutschland ist jetzt mein Zuhause. I live here since 20 years as Marina. And Germany is now my home. And I've studied here and I've worked here. So I've got a little insight. But I wanted to ask you about Boston Legal because it is a #1 show. It is geared to our baby boomers. There's love, there's everything. And I love your drug addicted dog.
What did you want to happen? I play
it is
a
possible,
character.
yeah, it is possible to be,
Yes.
to prove this theory wrong. And I was wondering what you thought about
Right. Yeah. It's quite unique that the three major stars of the show are older. Well, James Spader is what? Anybody know how old he is? I don't know, maybe 50? Maybe 50, 70s, you think? 70s? And of course, Bill Shatner is, 100? And I look older than him in the show.
Sorry, one moment, please. We have visitors from outer space.
Somebody with my
Welcome to FedCon from the Star Wars.
Star Wars sucks.
Star Wars sucks.
I can continue. That was it. Really. Are those baby boomers? So I don't know. Actually, that is a unique show in that sense, and I think it goes from year to year. I'm not sure it's the #1 show on television. I think that they struggle to have an audience. It has a very specific audience, and the demographic of that audience is older. I don't think young people watch the show. In terms of being a man of a certain age, I guess just on a personal note, being a character actor, I've been waiting to get to the age that I am because I've tended to play characters older than myself all my age, so it's just a weird place to be where I'm suddenly as old as I look.
Hello, my question goes to McDonnell. First, I want to thank you for your action to come here to Germany and bring the stars of BSG.
You're welcome.
And my question is, how much of Mary McDonnell is in the character of President Burton?
I'm sorry, there's a creature in front of you. I can't really see you. I'd love to be able to see you when I speak. Bye. First of all, you're welcome for coming. We're very, very happy to be here. Very excited about it. Probably a great deal of myself is in the role. I've never been able to experience playing a role where one doesn't hook into an aspect of yourself to begin with, at least. But I've had to learn a great deal about what's possible in myself with Laura Russell, because there's a lot of power and control issues that I had not explored till now. And so it's been a real gift to me to sort of understand those things in my nature that I didn't know were there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ja, hat sich vorhin gemeldet.
Question to Boxleitner and Peter Jurasik. Way back you both acted in Tron. How was acting in a computer animated movie when there practically were no computers to talk about?
Started off already. My memories of Tron are the white tights that we wore for a month. It's a great look if you're a Hungarian gymnast, but it's not particularly a great look for me. And Bruce will remember they wouldn't let us come to eat in the commissary on the Disney lot. We offended so many people in our white tights, they thought, no, not during dinner, please. Get these guys out of here. It was a wonderful experience. We were a little bit unique on at that time. On the Disney lot, because I don't think they had done any science fiction to that point. So, but it's nothing but fond memories.
Yeah, that film has just resonated more and more as the years have gone by, because it was actually the first time that computer animation and live action were combined. I've attended many of the at screenings in the States with the director and the animators, and they've done question and answer things about Tron. Nothing quite looks like it yet. No other science fiction picture looks like it. It wasn't a great success when it came out originally in 1982. It kind of fell in with a summer full of huge blockbusters. I think E.T. or one of the big Spielberg movies came out, and there was a number of them, so it kind of got lost. And it was but the technical community, it was a very highly anticipated film. They wanted to see how this worked. And Disney was still the groundbreaking place for animation at that time. And so now we have, I think one year was really kind of interesting. On Hollywood Boulevard, they had the first screening of Tron in many years, and across the street, The Matrix was playing at the Chinese Theater, the Man's Chinese. That was kind of like where it started and where the state of the art of it is now. So I think for science fiction, certainly, it paved the way for a lot of great films, all the way to The Lord of the Rings, everything. We've come a long way, baby. So, you're welcome.
The writer's strike is over, so I hope you all get lots of work for the next year.
There's an actor's strike coming up. So
Right here in this room.
Give me a break for when you're striking. Anyway, what do you think will be the future? I mean, they already announced that they will shoot more reality shows and on TV. I mean, what do you think you could fill in to get more work and to get another direction for the TV, to get quality back?
Well, I'm British, so whenever anyone goes on strike, I go to England, and I work in England. The American actors, it's a little more difficult.
As a woman. What was the question? I'm sorry. Oh, the strike. Strike, yes. Striking about what? If there's more reality, well, what can we do? We'll do what we have to do. We'll beg.
So you're dancing with the stars.
I look like this because I'm in preparation to start rehearsals for a play. Because the Actors' Equity, which is the union which represents theatrical actors, or actors in the theater, are not on strike, and that's where I'll be. So we have options.
There's also a lot of actors who are becoming hyphenates. They're writing, they're producing. There's a lot of opportunity in the internet. Mobisodes have been involved in. I've got 3 projects right now that they're being generated by the artist, and that is something that we as artists can do, is band together with our fellow writers and directors and go back to a more grassroots creation of art. It used to be that when you were an artist, you had another job. You didn't just make your living doing television and film. You had your day gig, and then you went to the theater that night. So we've had a lot of blessings in our industry, and if we do strike, which nobody wants a strike, I was just at the SAG rally on Tuesday morning, and nobody wants a strike, but you don't have any teeth in a negotiation unless you have a strike referendum. So voting to strike does not mean we're going to strike. It means that we're behind the union to negotiate on our behalf. And there's a lot of movement with people who can write and who can direct to reach out to actors and say, just like Walter Koenig, Walter did exactly that. He put Richard and other people in his own project, so creating our own content and owning our own content. I think it's going to push us to do that, which is good.
But let's pretend you would have a strike. Don't you think that they would move more business to Europe? Because now everything in Europe is always booked out for me.
Not the way our dollar is performing. It would cost us a fortune to come to
No,
Europe.
actually, Julie, you're wrong, because I've just done a movie in Bulgaria. And
well, no, Bulgaria.
They never stop working. They're, you know. And it's Warner's. It was a Warner's movie. You know, they just take. It's cheaper for them to shoot, even with a weak dollar. It's cheaper for them. Oh, it's cheaper for them to shoot in Europe.
They really go to Canada, actually.
They what?
They go to Canada.
Not anymore, because Canada got greedy with the tax breaks, and it's not as good anymore up there.
Kevin, you're going to Argentina, right? To shoot a picture? I mean, they're finding ways to get productions done, but we're under Global Rule 1, so as a SAG actor, you're not allowed to work non-union. Doesn't matter where you are. So if you're in the union, you have to have a SAG contract, but you can use a lot of local talent that is non-union. It's tough, but you know, we're facing a lot of hard economic times. You guys know that. You've been dealing with that, and where there's a will, there's a way. You want to act, you'll act. You'll find a way to do it.
Echoing what LeVar said about the time question, you know, there's always going to be, I just finished the play too, there's always going to be work for good actors somewhere. It may not be in mainstream Hollywood or movies, but there'll be work.
That's a question for all of you. Is there any project, any role you want to play in your future life?
Medea.
One shot, Mama, this is the last question. Sorry.
I want to play Medea. No, my big dream is Medea.
Why?
I have no idea.
She kills her children.
No, I have no specific role I'm dying to play. I mean, whatever, you know, I just like to keep working, and I'm certainly looking forward to being as old as Rene, so that I'll work more.
Me too.
I had my eye on the Brent Spiner story. Don't you think? Little prosthesis, and I'm good to go.
I'm looking forward to playing Meryl Streep because I like her roles. You know, I'm developing something, and I have been for quite a while. It's Irish journalist. Her name is Nuala O'Fwellin. She's living currently in Ireland. She wrote a book of memoirs called Are You Somebody? And I thought the title was quite funny. And so I'm looking forward to someday playing that woman on stage, but it's taking a lot of focus, and I haven't quite had the time.
He's done.
I'm done. I'm going to do a piece that I'm doing with Bruce. It's just in production now. It's called Old Guys in White Tights. You're really going to like it. I'd actually be happy if I grew up to be him. More.
I did a picture in India, and they sent me to some guru who said he would, numerologist, and he said he would tell me everything about my life. This was 1973, and he got everything wrong. Until the ending, he said, "Is there anything else that you would like to know?" I said, "Yes, when am I going to die?" And he was rather shocked, and he said, you really want to know? I said, I really would love to know. Now remember, this was 1973. So, he calculated, he said, 88. I said, what, 1988? He went, no, you would be 88. Now, I'm here to tell you, I'm 75. I walk across pedestrian crossings now with, up yours, I'm fine.
Vielen Dank, das war leider schon die letzte Frage. Die Stunde ist wie im Flug vergangen. Danke an die Presse, die sich so aktiv mit Fragen beteiligt haben. Sie bekommen jetzt noch kurz die Möglichkeit für letzte Fotos. Und damit darf ich Sie verabschieden und die Paramount-Gäste möchte ich bitten, hier im Raum zu bleiben. Thank you for being here and the last moment for
Prima. Anstrengend. Von den zwei Mädels auf der rechten Seite, die nicht so weit, ganz schwer, weil ich konnte also sehr gut fotografieren.